Okay. Hey, fourth graders. Feel like I'm just doing math lesson after math lesson today, but that's fine. You guys are my final stop of the day, so that works out well to me. So when you go all the way back to the way fourth grade math should have started this year for you, according to what I know from the district, you should have been talking about what was called base 10 and base 100 multiplication. Okay. All that means is we're timesing something by 10 or we're timesing something by 100. Okay, and today we're just going to focus on whole numbers just to keep it simple, because let's be honest, whole number multiplication with base 10 and base 100 tends to be really simple. Okay, but let's just take a look. Let's pretend we had something like the base number, we'll say 12. Okay, so if I have 12, okay, and I multiply it by 10, so 12 times 10, I would get 120. Okay? If I took 12 and I multiplied it by 100, I would get 1,200. Okay? If I took 12 and we just kept going with this and did 1,000, I would have 1,000 or 12,000. Okay? And if I did it one more time, just to really belabor the point, I would have 120,000. Okay? Now, as we kind of like dip our toes into this, okay, what we're going to be looking at is what is actually happening when we do that. So here, there is 1 0 in 10, and I added 1 0 to the end. So there was 1 0 in 10. So I added 1 0 to my 12 right there. Okay? Here there were 2 zeros and 100. So I added 2 zeros to my 12 to get 1,200. If I did it with 1,000, even though now we're not talking about base 1,000, base 10,000 multiplication. We're just talking about base 10 and base 100. It helps demonstrate the point. So here, there was 3 zeros in 1,000. So I added 3 zeros to my 12. 3 zeros, that's 12,000. And last but not least, I was looking at my 10,000 multiplication. So if I took, there was 4 zeros in 10,000. So I added 4 zeros to my 12 to get 120,000. And that's really all we're practicing today as we dive back into base 10 multiplication and base 100 multiplication in the fourth grade. We will ratchet it up a little bit. We'll start talking about different numbers, and by the end of the week you're really going to be getting good at decomposing what a base 100, base 10 multiplication looks like, and how to use that to kind of figure out different types of problems. But today, all we're really doing is just diving back in, dipping our toes back in by jumping into this. So hopefully you got done with practicing, warming up with some of your multiplication in that activity we did beforehand. You should have spent at least 5 to 10 minutes on that. The next thing you're going to be doing is clearing a board. It's like a match memory game. Okay, I just want you to get used to it. I know it's probably the first time that you've played that game, so just get used to it, and then you're going to have a quick little quiz to finish off your lesson today, and there'll be some fun stuff built into that quiz too to keep you on your toes. But for the most part, this is all we're working on from a fourth grade standpoint today, is just getting reacquainted with it and remembering that if I'm multiplying something by 10, I'm just adding a 0 to the end. If I'm multiplying by 100, I'm adding 2 zeros to the end. Okay? I'll have a little fun little song, because we're going to start talking about directionality of zeros and stuff, because I think that probably comes up in fourth grade math. If not, I'm sorry, you're just going to learn something new. But hey, I'm an 8th grade math teacher getting the opportunity to teach fourth grade math, so I'm super excited to get to share this experience with you guys. And thank you for your time. So when you're done with the quizzes, if we still have some time in our math block, just go back and play that multiplication game. Have fun with it. Thank you.